certain ways to be able to order them. But I do. I hope now the employers will provide them for sure for their workers. And I do hope people, it sounds like, from what my husband reports, at least, 50 to 60% of people out at the grocery store are wearing masks. So they are able, I'm not exactly sure whether they're able to get it. I do see people online saying, you have masks, please share them, or, I need a few, or my husband needs a few. And I see certainly a lot of generosity going on across social media about sharing supplies and people who are making them. But, right now I'll be wearing the mask when I'm out for, the indefinite future whenever we can get a handle on getting life back to normal. I'm going to be a little nervous, so I will probably keep mine on for a little while when I'm out.
And with a couple of minutes that we have left, speaking of trying to get back to normal, your thoughts on the potential of maybe a gradual rollout of businesses returning to work, the retail outlets opening up, and perhaps even restaurants and other eateries getting back open to try and get the economy kick-started once again.
And I agree that that's inevitable. That I know everyone is itching to get back to normal life. I'm really hopeful that this is a slow process and a very well thought out process, and especially in terms of the employers providing proper protection for their workers. And I hope folks just aren't in a huge hurry to get out. I think everyone should think twice before running those errands or going out shopping or engaging in whatever activity they want to engage in, to make sure that they're being very mindful moving forward. I just don't want to see us rush into anything and we'll have to kind of double back and then we'll find ourselves in a similar situation. So I'd like to be able to heal as a community and try to get the timing right as best we can.
And a real quick last question. Are you getting any pleas to reopen the golf courses?
No. I think everyone really wants to do what's right. And I did speak with a few of the golf course owners in the area, and they were really trying very hard to do the right thing. This is their bread and butter. This is, some of these private-owned courses. I hated to see them close, but they were really trying to employ all the right methods. They were sticking to the governor's guidelines. So, it's a difficult decision, and then as you see, the governor ultimately made that decision. So, but no, I think in general people would like to do the right thing, and I think everyone says, okay, if we stop activities for the next couple of weeks, maybe we can get back to normal sooner.
Well, not a good day for playing today anyway. So. Aileen, we appreciate you, as always, taking the time to join us, and we'll probably chat soon, maybe even later this week.
Great. Thank you, Steve.
All right. Aileen McNabb-Coleman, the Cayuga County Legislature Chair, has been our guest. 8:27 on the Finger Lakes Morning News.
I'm Stephen Greenberg, talking about your next job. Many employers are subtly changing their approach to hiring. There's a new job interview question that all candidates need to be prepared to answer. Years ago, hiring was fairly straightforward. Companies asked, how does this candidate's experience match our needs? That's still true to some degree, of course, but more and more, employers want to hire people who could help them adapt and evolve as technology impacts their business. As a result, a new favorite job interview question is emerging. When was the last time you learned to do something new is being heard more and more often. And candidates should be prepared to describe how the new skill was acquired. Successful applicants today can demonstrate that they have learning agility. Experts say about 15% of the workforce has the kind of agility that top employers seek. At companies like Google and Accenture, it's already a top priority, and it's likely to be a factor at your next job interview as well. For your next job, I'm Stephen Greenberg. A crawl space under your house. Take a peek underneath and you'll see all kinds of things. I'm Danny Lippert with Tips for Today's Homeowner. Stay tuned and we'll talk about eliminating one crawl space feature you can't see right after this. When your backyard feels like a private resort, every day is like being on vacation. So enter the Backyard Paradise contest at todayshomeowner.com for a chance to win your own luxurious landscape. The pros from Pavestone and Quick Creek will design a project just for the winner's home and help Danny and his team install it. Plus, the whole process will be featured on an episode of Today's Homeowner. So get your yard ready for summer. Complete your entry right now at todayshomeowner.com/backyardparadise. Brought to you by Pavestone and Quick Creek. While a home's crawl space can be home to a vast amount of spiders, bugs, and other kinds of undesirable guests, it can also be an unwanted source of moisture. As ground moisture migrates upward, it can become trapped underneath the house, leading to possible structural damage. I've even seen it begin to buckle hardwood floors inside the home. Putting a simple barrier of plastic on the ground is the best preventative measure you can take. Use a thicker plastic sheet with thickness of 6 mils and cut it into manageable pieces. Get a helper and be prepared for about an hour's worth of crawling. But once the plastic is in place and covering the entire crawl space, moisture worries will be at a minimum. I'm Danny Lippert with Tips for Today's Homeowner.
There's a lot going on right now, and broadcasters are on the ground, covering all of it, bringing you the weather, the traffic, and breaking news, all while entertaining you 24 hours a day. Someone needs to tell you what's going on around the world and in our hometowns, and that someone is us. We are free radio. We are always there. We are
I'll take it. Within $1.
Visit wearebroadcasters.com or text radio to 52886 to learn more. Furnished by NAB and this station.
CBS News update. At least 14 people are dead in Arkansas, Mississippi, and Georgia after tornadoes ripped through the South yesterday and overnight. This man lives in Monroe, Louisiana.
I heard this really loud bang, and I was like, okay, well, the window's gone, but I didn't expect this type of destruction.
CBS's Laura Podesta.
Homes in Monroe, Louisiana were severely damaged or decimated by a tornado Easter Sunday. It bent or knocked down dozens of utility poles, blocking roads and cutting electricity to residents.
The storm system now stretches from Florida northeast. WCBS TV forecaster Lonnie Quinn. We're talking about tornado watches anywhere from the panhandle of Florida all up the eastern seaboard to
You get the brushes that you needed?
I'm hoping so.
Goes a little further north as the day went on, and hundreds of thousands of customers are without power in the deep south.
A nightlight.
CBS News update. I'm Peter
Perfect.
King. Good morning. I'm Kevin Williams.
However, we're
Hold
so
on to your hats. Some
old-fashioned
warm,
that
gusty
they don't come
winds
with
will be whipping the
switches
Finger Lakes
anymore,
today. And
so it's
a lot of that umbrella, too. We'll have forecast details coming up. News you can count on from the Finger Lakes News Radio Newsroom on 98.1 at 1590 WAUB and 95.9 at 1240 WGBA. Good morning. It is 8:31. Those strong winds, 59 degrees. I'm Steve Penstone with your Finger Lakes Morning News Update. 2 Ontario County residents have died from COVID-19. Public Health reporting on Saturday both deaths are associated with an outbreak of coronavirus at the Ontario Centre for Rehabilitation and Healthcare. Cayuga County has adopted a voluntary shelter-in-place plan. And on Saturday, county leaders asked residents to alternate days they go out for necessary items or to get outside to get some fresh air and some exercise in order to stop the spread of coronavirus. Starting yesterday and running through April 26, you're asked to limit the days you're in public. If you were born in an even year, you can go out on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and this Sunday. If you were born in an odd year, you can do the same Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, as well as Sunday, April 26th. Senator Helming is calling on Governor Cuomo to help the state dairy farmers. In a letter to the governor, the senator says farmers are being forced to dump millions.
John Lattimore was this morning at 7:50, and then Aileen McMahon.
Operations of outlets for dairy products, and that impacts many small businesses, suppliers, and employers across the state. And her office has received calls from constituents asking why retailers are putting limits on the number of dairy products a customer
customer can purchase when there is an abundance of milk. Small businesses in Cuyahoga County and other central New York counties struggling to survive during the pandemic. Many are seeking help from the Chamber of Commerce and the Cuyahoga Economic Development Agency as they try to secure Small Business Administration disaster loans or apply for the Paycheck Protection Program. Cuyahoga Strategic Solutions Executive Director Tracy Verrier says Empire State Development on Thursday offered a glimmer of hope when it updated its essential businesses guidelines to allow retail outlets to process online orders for deliveries.
That creates an opportunity for retail businesses to start doing business again in a socially distanced type way and start to kind of ramp things back up if they're able to. It's not ideal, obviously, but we hope that, little steps like that will help return some folks to normal and get some people back to work.
And Verrier adds, despite the pandemic, some businesses are still looking for advice as they consider expansion. And a town of Rose woman faces charges following the investigation of a domestic incident early yesterday morning. Ontario County Sheriff's deputies arrested 32-year-old Lauren Jogg after she allegedly locked herself along with a female victim and two juveniles in a basement bathroom and then refused to let the victim out. We have details on these stories and more at FingerLakesDailyNews.com. I'm Steve Penstone, Finger Lakes News Radio.
It's 8:34, cloudy, windy, and 59 degrees. Kevin Williams at the Weather Center. Here's our Finger Lakes forecast brought to you by Simmons Rockwell. Over 11 major franchises and locations in Badley, Class, and Horseheads. Look them up online, simmons-rockwell.com. Warm and windy tonight. Cloudy to partly cloudy skies. A few showers and the risk of a heavy afternoon thunderstorm. High today, 68. Winds gusting as high as 50 miles an hour. Tonight, strong winds subside. Evening clouds and a shower, then breaks to low 35. Colder tomorrow. Some sun, then turning cloudy, high 46. From the Weather Center, I'm Kevin Williams. Cloudy, 59 degrees. Looking through the porthole window. The trees are moving around pretty good. I don't think it's hugely windy yet, but will be before the day's over. 8:35, and more newsmaker guests coming up.
Hi, I'm BJ Reister with Reister's Appliances. Visit our newly updated website at reistersappliances.com, where you can shop our store from the safety and comfort of your home. Chat online with one of our Reister's Appliance specialists and purchase from your local appliance dealer. From Reister's, you can pick up, we will deliver to your driveway, or do a complete delivery, hookup, and removal of the old. Our personnel are following recommended guidelines to keep our customers and employees safe. Get it right at Reister's Appliances in Auburn and Canandaigua.
Reister's. There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
In 2017, our daughter Angelica Hale remarkably sang her way to the finals, but the real miracle is that she even made it to the stage.
When she was 4 years old, she developed an infection in her lungs. We didn't know what happened or why she was suddenly so sick. Thankfully, her doctor knew. It was sepsis.
Sepsis is the body's overwhelming response to infection and requires urgent medical attention.
We want to help others recognize sepsis so they can get the treatment they need fast. When it comes to sepsis, remember, it's about time. Watch for T, temperature. It could be higher or lower than normal. I, infection. You may have signs and symptoms of an infection. M, mental decline. You could feel confused, sleepy, or be difficult to rouse. E, feeling extremely ill. You could have severe pain or discomfort.
Take the time now to learn more at sepsis.org.
Kelly from State Street Automotive right here in Auburn. At State Street Automotive, we can take care of all your automotive needs, from a simple oil change, diagnostics, to major repairs.
We pride ourselves in treating all of our customers like family. When you come into State Street Automotive, you'll get the best service, honest pricing, no surprises.
And leave with a smile. You can find us at 140 State Street across from the prison. Follow us on Facebook at State Street Automotive.
Come on in, check us out.
Hi, I'm Greg Hartz, President and CEO of Tompkins Trust Company. Coronavirus has had a tremendous impact on our community and the entire world, and knowing how to navigate through these challenging times can be difficult, but we will get through this together. As an essential business, Tompkins Trust Company will remain open in this way. Our branches are open using the drive-through lanes, and our entire team is available by phone and by appointment. As your community bank, we want to help as much as we can during these challenging times. Financial advice, loan programs, including our own loan deferral program, help with the Federal CARES Act, are all available to help businesses and individuals weather this storm. For the most current information, please visit tompkinstrust.com. We've been serving this community for 184 years through many cycles of ups and downs, and history has taught us that through the strength of this community, we can get through all forms of hardship. You can count on your Tompkins Trust Company family to be here with you through it all.
Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Pay cash, stay out of debt, be smart with money, and wind up seriously wealthy. Sounds like a plan. Dave Ramsey, today at noon, 98.1 WAUB.
Good morning. It is 8:38 on this Monday morning, and we are joined on the telephone by Auburn Mayor Michael Quill. Mr. Mayor, good morning, and how was your Easter weekend?
Good morning, Steve. Easter weekend was very quiet. Family was all separated. Our son lives out of town, our daughter lives out of town, and it was not what I would like for Easter. And I'm sure many people feel the same way, but we have to do what we have to do.
Yeah, that is the truth. I know, my parents and my family back home, and we did.
Steve, we don't give a shit. Talk to the mayor. Give him fucking
it's
questions.
It's not the same, but it is what it is. And as you mentioned before we came on, a pretty quiet weekend. The good news, of course, the health department reporting no new cases over the weekend, and you're seeming to think that people are getting the message and doing the best to try and deal with the situation to keep the numbers down.
I believe that. I think everyone realizes the sooner we all work together and do what we're asked, the sooner it's going to be that we get back to the new normal. Life, like we had it 2 or 3 months ago, will never be the same. But we're very resilient. We'll get through it and be the better for it.
Yeah, you mentioned the new normal, and that's a term that I think a lot of people are starting to hate hearing, along with social distancing. But we've talked about it. Ted and I have talked about it, for a couple of weeks now. When it does get back to normal, things like going to a ball game at Falcon Park or Auburn football game in the fall, people may have second thoughts about doing that because they don't know whether or not the person sitting next to them might still be carrying the virus.
Absolutely. It's the fear of the unknown. Hopefully they can come up with some medicine that can stave it off or eliminate. I don't think it'll ever be eliminated. But, we have to put our faith and trust in our medical field, and so we can have a different life with a good life.
Yeah.
And I know there's a fine line there with, what one person may think is a good life isn't always necessarily the same for everyone else. But we do have to get on with our lives, no matter what they are, sooner or later. I think that's more therapeutic than anything else.
And that was one of the questions I raised with Aileen McNabb Coleman at our last segment, is trying to get the county and the region back to some sort of economic normalcy by getting businesses open. We talked to Sean Lattimore at 7:50 this morning about how Springside and all the other dining outlets in and around the region and the city have taken a huge hit, and some of them just may not reopen once we're through this.
You're absolutely correct. It's sad, but I don't have an answer for it. I know the federal government is trying to help small businesses in many different ways, and our planning department in City Hall will be more than glad to talk with anyone in the city as to what may be available, not available, and the procedure to go through. But life as we know it is going to return, but not as we know it. And I hate to keep harping on that, but that's as optimistic as I can be this morning.
Yeah, that is true. I understand that. And as far as the city, obviously, City Hall is shut down to the public. Operations are still ongoing with people either working a few days a week in the office or working from home. Have there been any issues that has raised that kind of behind the scenes?
Not that I'm aware of. We have our daily conference call in about 45 minutes to catch up over the weekend. But let's not forget the police, the fire, the sanitation workers. I was sitting here at home waiting to talk with you, and the sanitation department went by picking up grass and leaves, and trash pickup continued. So there's still people out on the streets doing their job, and we're very thankful to them. And they do it in a very professional manner, and so it's kind of keeping our life somewhat stable.
Yeah, that's a key, obviously, and as I mentioned with Aileen McNabb Coleman, the community is reaching out. Sean Lattimore brought it up as well too, that the restaurants are providing meals for the workers, the Girl Scouts, because they haven't been able to sell their cookies, so they've donated them, to the police department, firefighters, even the sanitation workers as well. So everybody knows.
So we have fast firemen and fat cops.
Despite all of the setbacks that this nasty virus is causing everybody.
Sorry.
You know what, Steve? One way of looking at it is we're all in this together. We're only as good as the individual next to us. We're all going to sink or swim together, and there's not even a glint that we may sink. We're not going to.
Well, we need masks for
life
inside.
Life is going to change, and we'll be better and stronger for it.
Probably not too far from the crew.
I driving around yesterday, or a couple of days, just to get out and get some air. I go by a grocery store just to see what the crowd is like. And actually, I went shopping one day, and people are respecting others. They're keeping their distance. Some folks had masks on, some did not, but everyone was cordial to a point. They really didn't want to engage in a conversation. But sometimes you go to a grocery store and you get run over by a cart, Dick. Sometimes it accidentally, sometimes intentionally. I haven't figured that part out. But everyone's in the same boat together, and everyone is trying to help each other and to avoid each other at the same time.
Talking with Mayor Mike Quill at 8:45. One of the reasons that we have you on is your concern that a lot of people in the city and in the county as well, who maybe have little or no access to the internet, aren't getting as much information and maybe have some concerns. Have you been getting some input from those folks with their concerns that you want to bring up today?
No, thankfully everyone seems to be getting the message.
No.
Our secretary, Rhonda, is working from home, but all the voicemails or emails that we receive from individuals, even if they don't have internet, Rhonda has them and she forwards them on to myself and or the city manager, depending on where it belongs. But there is a portion of our population that do not have internet, as we said many times. And so I just want to stress again to folks, the radio is kind of common. Everyone can get to a radio. If you have a question or a concern, please call the mayor's office here in Auburn, and we will do our very best to respond. However we get to do it, it depends on what the message is and what forwarding information you leave with us. We're trying our very best to get the word out. And I know Aileen and the county is doing the same.
And as you say, maybe it is working, and that obviously would be a good thing. And I guess because you don't have any concerns that the folks have brought up, maybe we can talk about the fact the city budget process got underway on Thursday at the city council meeting, and of course your council meetings are done via streaming. And how is that working out for you and the city council?
Well, we've been live streaming our council meetings every week for quite a while now. It started out many years ago, videotaping it, and we went to the live stream. So it's a little bit uncomfortable not being able to see a counselor and facial expression in my mind means a lot of what's going through a person's mind. But we're doing our best, and we're keeping our meetings somewhat public so that folks at home can see what's going on, and they have concerns, they can reach out to us. But it's difficult, but it's a whole lot better than it could be. We just have the five of us meet together with staff and just having a meeting, which is very inappropriate.
Yeah, that's the truth. Mention the city budget and the late start because of the state budget process, and both Comptroller Rachel Jacobs and City Manager Jeff Dygert, as Chuck Mason said on Friday, introduced basically a bare bones budget that's going to reduce spending, but also increase property taxes.
It is one of our biggest concerns is our sales tax. How hard a hit are we going to take from that? A big portion of our budget is based on that, not only property taxes, but sales tax. Property taxes, it's going to hurt a lot of folks. A lot of them are unemployed. A lot of them have businesses that are closed. And how do we make up the gap? And how do we continue to operate as a city, as a community, with different guidelines? I'll go out on a limb here and say it's going to be painful, but we will get through it.
Well, let's hope it is as painless as possible, and obviously the new budget goes into effect July 1st, so there's still some time for it to be tweaked. The council members will give their points of view a week from Thursday on the 23rd, and then has the vote been scheduled yet?
It is. We're still trying to work to the format of the way we're meeting. We don't get the public input and so forth and so on. So with City Hall being closed, it does hurt us in one sense that we don't get the feedback like we normally would. I spent a lot of time in the halls of the City Hall walking from meeting here to there or whatever, and I run into folks and they'll hit me with a question or a concern, and I'm very happy about that because I do find out what's going on. Same thing as walk to a grocery store. You run into folks and they feel comfortable asking questions, and I'm very comfortable answering them. But I just want to keep our distance at this point.
Too true. Mayor, appreciate you joining us again this morning, and no doubt, as I said to Aileen, we'll likely be talking to you maybe even later this week or certainly next week as we keep on top of what's going on as far as government goes with this blasted pandemic that we need to get rid of as soon as possible.
Thank you for the time, Steve, and you know how to reach me, so thank you.
You got it. Mayor Michael has been our guest, and it is 8:50 on the Finger Lakes Morning News.
CEO Radio, I'm Ray Hawk.
Steve's wife work in the tax collector office?
Payroll department.